Chinese folk art are artistic forms inherited from a regional or ethnic scene in China. Usually there are some variation between provinces. Individual folk arts have a long history, and many traditions are still practiced today. The general definition of folk art incorporates Chinese art forms that are not classified as Chinese fine art. Basket weaving. Baskets are mainly woven with bamboo or plant stems. Chinese kites. China is the birthplace of the kite, and Fanghong is one of the chief places where Chinese kites originated. Kite flying became prevalent in Fanghong in the Song dynasty, and by the Ming dynasty kite flying had become even more popular, and there had appeared fairs on kites on a rather large scale. Kites were sold not only across Shandong, but also to Jiangsu, Fujian, Anhui, and other places. The noted English scholar Joseph Needham listed kites in his book History of Science and Technology in China as one of the important contributions in science and technology that Chinese introduced to Europe. Food art. Sugar people. Sugar people is a traditional Chinese form of folk art using hot liquid sugar to create three-dimensional figures. Flower figures. Mian Ren are made of colored flowers. Craftsmen used to carry the tools around villages and towns to sell them for a very basic living. Sometimes flower figures are used in dishes as food crafts together with vegetable carvings. Paintings. Folk art paintings. Paper art. The first two forms of paper art began in the Han Dynasty with Chinese paper cutting and Chinese paper folding, including the Han fan and pinwheel. These arts have expanded globally. Performances. Puppetry. One of the oldest forms of folk art is puppetry. Puppeteers use various kinds of puppets, including marionettes, glove puppets, rod puppets, cloth puppets, and wire puppets in performances incorporating folk songs and dances over some dialogues. The subject matter is derived mainly from children's stories and fables. Shadow play. Chinese shadow theater is a form of puppetry that is performed by moving figures made of animal skins, a cardboard held behind a screen lit by lamplight. The subject matter and singing style in shadow plays are closely related to Chinese opera, except without using live actors or actresses. Textile arts. Chinese knot. Chinese knotting is a decorative handicraft art that began as a form of Chinese folk art in the Tang and Song dynasty in China. It was later popularized in the Ming. The art is also referred to as Chinese traditional decorative knots. One of the more traditional art forms, it creates decorative knot patterns. During the Culture Revolution it was not practiced, but nowadays it's very popular again. In other cultures, it is known as decorative knots. Tiger head shoes. Tiger head shoes are an example of traditional Chinese folk handicraft used as footwear for children. The name comes from the toe cap, which looks like the head of a tiger. Musical instruments. Bolangu, a traditional Chinese pellet drum and toy. Mulu, a rounded wood block carved in the shape of a fish. It is played by striking the top with a wooden stick, often used in Buddhist chanting. Bibliography. Chang, Zonglin, Li, Zuki. Aspect of Chinese culture. Publishing.